Good morning everyone, my name is Richard Mekek and today I will discuss about the chapter 15 that is Tourism and Hospitality Management Education. So before we delve into our discussion of this topic, here are the learning objectives and the topic outline. First, differentiate schools abiding with laws from those that are not. Second, identify the requirements in the opening and operation of a tourism or hospitality management program and tourism-related technical vocational programs. Third, identify the laws governing various issues in tourism and hospitality education. So here are the topic outline: curriculum, school, laboratory requirements, student practical or apprenticeship, accreditation and regulation of schools, tuition fees, sexual harassment in the academe, random drug testing for tertiary level students, tertiary education equivalency, and foreign students. So tourism and hospitality management education plays a vital role in preparing students for careers in one of the world's largest and fastest growing industries. It focuses on equipping learners with the knowledge, skills, and values necessary to manage tourism operations, hotel services, food and beverage establishments, and other hospitality-related enterprises. So the curriculum typically combines classroom learning with practical training, allowing students to gain real-world experiences in customer service, travel operations, culinary arts, front office management, and event planning. With the increasing demand for quality service and sustainable practices in tourism and hospitality, this field of education is essential in producing globally competitive and industry-ready professionals. So the curriculum, here is the law. The curriculum of Bachelor in Science in Tourism and Hotel and Restaurant Management programs of the different colleges and universities around the country should be compliant with CHED Memorandum Order Number 31 Series of 2001 in accordance with the pertinent provisions of Republic Act Number 7722, otherwise known as the Higher Education Act of 1994. The following minimum curricular requirements of the Bachelor of Science in Hospitality Management or Tourism are hereby adopted and promulgated by the Commission. So here is the discussion of the law. The memorandum provides the minimum curricular requirements for both tourism and hospitality management programs, ensuring that institutions deliver industry-relevant competency based on education that meets national and global demands. It emphasizes core academic components and as theoretical knowledge, practical skills, industry immersion, research, and entrepreneurship, while also allowing some flexibility for institutions to innovate based on their unique thrust and regional industry needs. The goal is to produce graduates who are not only professionally competent but also globally competitive, ethical, and adaptive to the rapidly evolving demands of hospitality and tourism sectors. So schools, laboratories, and other CHED requirements. The law. The grant of government recognition shall be based on full 100% compliance with the minimum requirements prescribed by CHED in the offering of particular program of studies, specifically in terms of faculty, library, laboratory, and administration. Schools offering hotel and restaurant management are required to have different kinds of laboratories, especially kitchen laboratory for food preparation, mock-up guest room for housekeeping, front office for simulation, mock-up restaurant and bar for food and beverage services, and computer laboratory for computer subjects. So here's a discussion of the law. For schools seeking to operate for the first time, BHRM or Hospitality Management Program, they need to secure a government permit from CHED. After 1 or 2 years, they have to apply for government recognition, so they graduate their first batch of students within 4 years. One of the aspects of the instrument used by CHED is the section on laboratories. CHED has now devolved the inspection of schools to the regional offices through the regional quality assessment teams. Schools are inspected by members of the academe and industry experts. Inspectors look at the quality of equipment or machinery appropriate for industrial use, provisions for sanitation, safety and security, and to the learning. So for the student practicum or apprenticeship, here's the law. In relation to CAMO number 31 series of 2001, the minimum requirements for student practicum in BS Tourism and BS Hospitality Management are 3 units, a minimum of 200 hours for each area of specialization. For HRM students, at least 200 hours in hotel operations and another 200 hours in restaurant operations. For school offering an international practicum training program, CMO is 15 series of 2002 covers the implementing guidelines. So here's a discussion of the law. The rationale of this requirement is to provide students valuable experience by way of work immersion in different kinds of tourism-related establishments like hotels, resorts, restaurants, travel agencies, and transportation firms locally or overseas. Practicum or apprenticeship does not only to enrich the curriculum of the program but prepares the student to relevant work where knowledge and skills may be learned and practiced and good values are observed, developed, and adapted. So here are the accreditation and the regulation of schools, the law. In accordance with the pertinent provisions of RA 7722, otherwise known as the Higher Education of Act of 1994, the Commission on Higher Education hereby promulgates the revised policies and guidelines on voluntary accreditation in aid of quality and excellence in higher education for the guidance and information of all concerned stakeholders. Here is the discussion of the law. Accreditation and the regulation of schools are guided by the Higher Education Act of 1994, empowering CHED to promote quality in higher education. Through voluntary accreditation, schools can undergo evaluation to ensure they meet high academic and institutional standards. Accredited schools may receive deregulated or autonomous status, granting them for more flexibility in curriculum design, tuition setting, and program offerings. This process encourages continuous improvement and recognizes institutions that uphold excellence in education. So, tuition fees, the law. The allowable increase in tuition and other fees in all levels should not be more than the prevailing national inflation rate. The prevailing national inflation rate shall refer to the average annual headline inflation rate at the national level of the immediately preceding year, prior to the academic year for which the intended increase shall take effect. So here is the discussion of the law. Tuition fees in all educational levels are regulated to ensure affordability and fairness. According to the law, any increase in tuition and other school fees must not exceed the prevailing national inflation rate, which is based on the average annual headline inflation rate of the previous year. This guideline helps to protect students and families from unreasonable fee hikes and ensure that schools increase fees only in the line with the country's economic conditions. Random drug testing for tertiary level students, the law. In accordance with the pertinent provisions of Republic Act No. 7722, otherwise known as the Higher Education Act of 1994, and pursuant of Section 36 of Article 3 of RA 9165, known as the Comprehensive Dangerous Drug Act of 2002, random drug testing of students in public and private tertiary higher educational institutions will be implemented beginning 2003. So here's the discussion of the law. Random Drug Act testing for tertiary level students is mandated under RA 7722 and Section 36 RA 9165. The Tertiary Education Equivalency, the law. CMO 21 Series of 1997 provides the policies and guidelines on the implementation of the expanded Tertiary Education Equivalency and Accreditation Program pursuant to Executive Order 330. So here's the discussion of the law. Many of the practitioners in the tourism hospitality industry were not able to complete college degrees because of various reasons. Some have become very successful and distinguished in their careers as chefs, hotels managers, restaurant managers, and travel agents. It simply recognizes those skills and expertise gained from many years of experience as equivalent of a number of subjects in a standard bachelor's program. This now allows undergraduates to complete their degrees in a much shorter time. In some cases, the bachelor's degrees are awarded without taking any more additional units. The foreign students, the law. There have been a number of CHED memorandum issued in relation to processing foreign students in the Philippines. CMO 53, 1997 amendments to CHED memorandum, Order number 2 series of 1994. The implementing guidelines on the entry and stay of foreign students in the Philippines and the establishment of an interagency committee for the purpose. To conform with the Executive Order number 423 signed on 25 June 1997, amending Executive Order number 188. It is a submission of names of designated liaison officers of higher education institutions with foreign students. CMO 1, 1996 submissions of reports on foreign students with expired visas and derogatory records. CMO 15, 1995 general procedure in the processing of entry and stay of foreign students. CMO number 2, 1994 rules and regulations. So here's the discussion of the law. The typical foreign student enrolled in Philippine schools is granted student visa, travel to his home country once or twice a year, rents a studio or apartment, and visit tourist spots in the country. The school must ensure that all the documents of the foreign student are in order before admitting or enrolling the student. Many of these foreign students come and study in the Philippine colleges and universities for various reasons. Interviews with a sample of over 100 foreign students indicate that the top 5 reasons for studying in the Philippines are reasonable cost of education, best chance to learn and acquire proficiency in the English language, C. Relatively good quality of education, recommendation of friends, colleagues, and relatives, and proximity to home country.